Get ready, because Banter with Richie B Productions is launching an all-new podcast network. 4 shows, 4 hosts, 1 powerhouse of paranormal and cryptid entertainment all week long. Kick off your week on Tuesdays with the one and only Wojo, host of Home of the Boom. He's diving deep into the world of cryptids, Bigfoot, and the mysteries that shake the woods. Interviews, investigations, and the loudest boom in the cryptid community every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Wednesdays, prepare to drift into the unknown with Amanda Lombardo, your guide on the Phantom Navigator. From haunted legends to chilling stories from around the globe, Amanda is charting a course straight through the supernatural, plus guests who live to tell the tales. Catch her from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you dare. Fridays get a little darker and a whole lot prettier. Join Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal, where makeup meets the macabre. It's Sam After Dark, spooky storytelling, and her fan favorite segment, Cooking for the Dead. Tune in every Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for glam, goosebumps, and all things ghoulish. And every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the flagship show returns, Banter with Richie B Live, featuring Richie B and Wojo. From updates to investigations to wild discussions, this is the core of the network. Raw, real, and always unpredictable. Spend your Saturday evenings with the duo that started it all. 4 nights of content, 4 incredible hosts, cryptids, ghosts, glam, stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This is the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network.
For all being on here, and remember, we are home of the boom. Let's go.
What is that, dude? It's like there's a guy in the middle of a coyote pack yelling. Hear him?
This guy's like working away. I mean, seriously, dude.
There's 2 of them right here, guys. Look at.
Oh my God, this.
Right here. If you get this angle right here, it'll blow your brains right off. So look at right there. They're right there. And look at, one's taller than the other. You can see the height difference. See how the one on the right guys is up? I just got disconnected again. That's Mama with the baby, and she don't want you looking at the baby. It's okay, Mama. No more.
Okay, no more.
No more, Mama.
No more. We understand.
Can't say. Are we getting out of here alive? Everybody. This is fucking nuts. I think it's time to go. I believe that's Mama and a baby. And Mama keeps shutting my phone off because she don't want me looking at him. How am I doing, Elder?
That's over there.
Oh yeah, that's across the street. Is that near the car? Don't tell me that's near the cars. I will fight a fucking werewolf, bro. Just so you're all clear on that. I'm that dumb. I am. I'm dumb when it comes to that
All
stuff.
right, Elder, what you're hearing, is that them?
I don't think it's dogs. There's no way that was a pack of 40 coyotes. I mean, seriously, dude, with a dude in the middle yelling?
What's up, everybody? Love that video? Hey, I'm the Wojo, and welcome to Home of the Boom. Thank you for all being on here on the Richie B Podcast Network. We are on worldwide here on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, Dark Realm TV, where fear lives. HLO Media, Media Squatch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What do you guys think? That was last week's live, and that was pretty wild. Towards the end of our while we were ready to wrap it up. But hey, besides that, we have a man that will talk a little bit about what's going on out in the woods, especially his side of the woods. Mr. Brian Terrell of Red Cryptid Research Investigations. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my sidekick, my brother, my co-host, because we got a lot going on, guys. So bringing in Richie B.
Why aren't you writing stuff down? Why aren't you writing? It's Red Dirt Cryptid! Red Dirt Cryptid!
What did I say?
Red Cryptid!
Oh, Red Dirt Cryptid Research Investigations.
What's up, everybody?
Sorry about that.
It's like we're in the woods all the time.
Oh, I feel like we're out in the woods.
Yeah, say hi to everybody because we got a busy show. Because Mr. Terrell is the Dogman guy that we go to, and we don't do many Dogman shows. But you guys heard that, man. All right. We'll pull up a stat when Mr. Terrell comes out so he can see it. Because wolves ain't a thing. That's a fact. So we'll take it from there. But let's say hi to everybody, if you don't mind, sir.
Mary Newberg, great to see you on here. First one out. Thank you. Elder Tansei, thank you for being on here. Denny, Denny, what a great investigation we had. Our boy Denny. Big Daddy Andy, what's going on, Andrew? You missed a great night last night. Make sure you all wear your headsets, by the way. And Sam, I won't say that because I love you, girl. Cornbread. And Miss Jean Tewksbury, who's soon to be on our podcast very soon in a month. Kurt W., great to see you, brother. Must have got out of work early. All right. Being on that show. All right, let's go. Critical Thinkers. D-Hoot, the Texas Twister. Hey, D-Hoot, you're going to be in for a treat today.
Yeah, read what it says.
Hello, thanks for the heads up, Sam.
Oh, someone don't have their notify clicked.
Oh, wow. What's going on?
Oh, that's a moderator.
Yeah, D-Hoot. Now we need to talk. Martin! Our very own Martin Furback from New Hampshire. What's up, brother? Johnny Teprin, what's happening, brother? Thank you to be here, JT.
D-Hoop, that's approximately about a month. We'll talk more about the Gene Tewksbury show coming up.
Yeah, we got lots to cover here, guys.
Lots.
And Miss Robin Smith, say to you.
Yes.
Staying warm. Oh, it was cold out last night. That's for
it's
sure.
cold right now. It's 16 degrees.
Yeah, I know. It's going to get worse. Previously Possessed. Great to see you on here. Great to see you. And, of course, Amanda Lombardo, who's got an outstanding show coming tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. The Phantom Navigator.
The Navigator.
And Mooncat Ops. Great to see you, Mooncat.
The Red Navigator.
Oh, you're not gonna let me go on that one, huh? I'm the boss, by the way.
Previously, Phantom Navigator possessed. Dirt.
Cornbread.
Cornbread. What is happening?
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm tripping. Hearing that video got me going.
D-Hood already took our headphones off because of my yelling. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I probably like 8 people left this show already. That's what I'm for. All right, I think that's everybody that I see in here. There's a few others watching. Back to you, Mr. Host.
All right. Well, thank you all for being on here, and please have your headsets on. We got a lot to cover here, so without further ado, let's bring in our boy, Mr. Brian Terrell.
Let me make sure he's got.
Hey, Benno.
Yeah, he's got his pants off. He's good.
I still hear zippers.
What? What the fuck is going on, man?
Oh my God! What is he like sitting up like a porn star?
You got music to go with those lights, bro?
Oh, yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out is it spelled right on the screen there? Red Dirt Cryptids. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, no, it's Red Cryptids.
Just don't call me late for dinner. That's
we're gonna call you Ginger Dirt. All right?
I like it at Ginger. I'm gonna start calling him
Believe it or
Slim.
not, once upon a time, all this gray and white was actually red.
Really? Okay. All right. I know people don't believe that I have 2 gingers in my family. My older brother and my oldest brother and oldest sister are both gingers.
Mm-hmm.
And I got jet black
That's
hair,
right.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
French and Italian.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Scotch, Irish, and some kind of mutt British. If you're from England, you're a mutt. So.
And you're from England? And thank God you're not a tweaker making structures in the woods.
What's up,
Those happen. Those do happen. So
I heard that somewhere.
So what's been going on? How's my favorite Yankees doing? You guys doing all right?
I hate when he calls us Yankees.
I know.
Tell him that. Tell him we don't like Yankees.
We're doing good, sir.
If you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, you're a Yankee. So
We're Northerners.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but we're from
We're
Boston.
Northerners.
We hate the Yankees, so you have to call us Northerners.
Exactly.
Northerners.
All right.
Northerners. So, Bri, what do you think of that video that we just played?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is you guys talk too much.
Yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
When the vocals are going, quit talking, guys.
No,
Okay.
no. We hear so many vocals, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's just like we're in the middle of an investigation. We're like, oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, we're going to get eaten in 5 minutes by a possible, Dogman. Let's just get back to the investigation. I wish I could say that I could just sit there and listen, but it's just like, yeah, we got to finish up our investigation. These guys are bothering us. That's what it's like. It's really, this place is that nuts, Brian.
Oh yeah,
That everything just feels
a couple
so
of your
calm.
lives, and I know you guys got a lot going on out there, but
dude, it's nuts.
But it was kind of weird. I took that video clip that you sent me, and I turned it into an audio clip.
Mm-hmm.
And then I removed all the video, and then I dropped that audio clip into Audacity and turned it into a spectrogram, and I cut some of your vocalizations out, and I actually amplified the vocalizations, and then I turned around and removed some of the background noise as best I could, and was listening to it, and it is definitely of interest. Now, I'm not going to claim to know anything about New Jersey and the animals that run around there, the topography, but so I can't really say what's normal for your area. So, but I will say this though, I would have to say that bare minimum, that's some pretty hefty canines. It's hard to pin the whole coyote thing on them, although they did at certain points in there. It sounded like there was some coyote vocalizations.
Yes, there is. Yep.
But the first thing that I did ask was this down in a valley? And the answer was no, it's all flatland. So that kind of threw me. Because when you're looking at a spectrograph, you can usually tell whenever something is down in a valley. It actually amplifies the sound a little bit and deepens it and kind of lowers the tone a little bit. But do you guys have that clip that we could play?
The audio clip. I don't know if it's sent in. Did you send it in a video to him or was it direct audio?
I sent it to one of you guys.
You sent it to Wojo. Yeah, I remember. He can send it to me now, and we can listen to it. But I wanted to bring up a couple of things. One, YouTube. I'll send you out.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right.
Because if it's audio, it's a little tougher with Restream to get it in. So it's a pain in the ass. But I thought you had a video. It was like a video though. That's
I returned it in video form.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So that's why I had said to him, if it's video, send it to me. I don't know if he understood. He's a little bit of a caveman with his stuff. I am too. Yeah, I am too. I'm just kidding. I'm just a little better than him. That's all. Kelly Porter. Hey, Kelly Porter. How are you, man? Wolves. So yeah. So let's talk wolves, right? Let's talk about coy wolves and all that stuff. So coy wolves are a smaller breed of wolf. What I hear in that video is not small. That's what I know. Being in those woods, it's not a sound that I've heard before at that level. Now, if you consider being in there, say, twice a week on average, to be fair, and hearing all the audio that we have had, to not hear that before, especially if it's coy wolf, right? Which I don't know much about their population in this area. So, but let me bring up one thing I want you all to see. This is Brian Terrell in his natural habitat. There we go. This is Brian right before he goes out Dogman.
I'm pretty sure that's one of your party.
That's what you get messing with me, Terrell.
Oh my!
I can't trust anybody, can I? That Sam girl, she ghosted me.
She's loyal to me, sir.
She ghosted me. I'm not.
She tried to set me up with that shit. I love you, dude.
The original plan was we was going to say it was either one of Richie's old buddies from the old days, or it was some kind of new cryptid.
Dude, it's probably both, to be honest with you. It's probably one of my buddies who turned into a cryptid after partying all night with me.
Mm-hmm. You never know.
Oh my god!
No, I believe it. Here we go. Ready? So yeah. I want to come with facts and right, Mooncat? Yeah, that's on you, Sam. So no, there is no established wild wolf population in southeastern Massachusetts or South Shore area. Wolves were eradicated from the state centuries ago, though there are abundant coyotes, often confused with wolves, and occasional rare lone wolves might wander in from Canada, but not to establish packs. And you're not wandering in from Canada all the way down to southeastern Mass. Extinct in Mass. Gray wolves disappeared from Massachusetts by the mid-1800s due to hunting and habitat loss. So that takes care of that discussion. Back to you, host.
Let me throw one thing at you.
Okay.
Okay, the whole coy wolf, coy dog thing, that's not... that's an anomaly. And it's not going to sound that much different than a standard coyote. Now, addressing the whole coyote thing, and I can't prove that it's not a coyote. Of course, I'm not even from your area, but let me throw this out at you. If it was coyotes, you would hear it every night. They would have. They don't. It's not a pack of coyotes that just happens to be migratory coyotes. Coyotes live in an area. They stay in an area. They live there. You guys would have been hearing them all along. Okay.
Yep.
And so, I just so you say, Sam, just the possibility of forgiveness is there. I can't guarantee it. can't promise anything yet, but you know, I consider myself a Christian, so it's possible. So
Well,
It is.
she's a Christian, and so am I a Christian. So you're surrounded by Christians.
I'm supposed to forgive. So, but now
We'll see by the end of the show. We'll see what happens. Give it time, bro. Take time. You got to process this. I understand.
yes, you got to process and
Yeah,
process the betrayal.
Yeah, you just got hit hard. You know what I mean? Like, that's not easy, dude.
But
you know,
but seriously though, you guys would have been hearing
agree.
coyotes for years. They would have been there. I mean, bare minimum. I mean, they might take a I don't know. They might take a break for a night, bad weather, stuff like that, but they would have been there the whole time.
Yeah, and this here, if I may, host, if you want to read it, or you want me to read it, host.
No, you could. Good.
I just want to clear things up as we go on with this show before we get to the nitty gritty. Coy wolves or eastern coyotes are a common and established hybrid predator in Massachusetts, resulting from crosses with western coyotes, red wolves, and dogs. Appearing in the state by the 1950s and thriving in diverse habitats from urban Boston to rural areas. These adaptable animals are larger and often hunt in packs, prey, or deer in small mammals, and are a natural part of the ecosystem, though they can pose risks to unattended pets. Hybrid nature. Coy wolves are a genetic mix, larger and sometimes more wolf-like than western coyotes, with varied coloring, including black, blonde, or reddish hues. Their hybrid traits help them thrive in both wild and human-dominated landscapes. So, but look at the size of that. See the picture of one? When they say larger than a coyote, I mean, what are we talking here? Because what I just heard wasn't that dog on the screen.
It's the difference between a 40-pound dog and a 50-pound dog.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean, dude. And if I may, real quick, Wojo, and in the research, this is one thing they love bringing up is that damn coy wolf, or coy, whatever the hell it is.
Coy dog.
Yeah, whatever.
In my area, they blame red wolves for everything.
Everything. Yeah, it must be hotter, right?
Oh yeah, that's an extra 10 pounds heavier than a coyote. So, you know, whoop-de-doo. I'm not impressed. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Now, Brian, have you ever been with a pack? Oh, not been with a pack, but
ran with the pack.
Yeah, running with the pack, man. No, you've been close enough where they're within like 50 yards, right? Have you ever
yeah. Oh, with coyotes? Yeah, tons. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been around coyotes my whole life. I spent a good portion of my childhood growing up on a farm.
Right.
We heard them every night, multiple times a night. You know, that's old hat to me. I mean, I've been around coyotes my whole life. Although sometimes at a distance, and see, I'm a flatlander. I grew up in the plains of Oklahoma. And so going to southeastern Oklahoma where there's mountains and valleys, it does change the pitch and the tone a little bit. But there's a couple of dead giveaways, you know, when the vocalizations are just constantly going up and down, up and down. They got those little yips in them. And another dead giveaway is a lot of times towards the end of a song dog serenade or something. The young ones will always get in there at the end, and they'll be doing like this, yip, 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 yip. You know, and so something that I'm always think is highly suspect is when there's no young ones involved, that it's, you know, and the vocalizations are kind of flat looking, you know, and there's a couple of things that you kind of got to look for. And when it comes to Dogman, I'm not an expert. Nobody is an expert. There's no experts, but the vocalizations that I find highly suspect are the ones that are a little bit lower on the spectrum, that are closer to Sasquatch vocalization range.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And so you kind of got to look at the graph, and you kind of got to tell, because your ears will fool you, you know. 4 miles east of runway.
Good evening from 4 miles east of
Johnny Half.
O'Hare International Airport. Johnny Half, how you doing? So my boy Mooncat asked us about, of course, the wild dogs, right? Now, we've had incidences out in the woods where we believe they were mimicking. So we're almost a mile into the woods out by this river. It's about a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And like 50 yards away, you hear this domesticated type barking. It wasn't even coyote yipping, right? Which is what coyotes generally do. You know, this was like like barking, just straight like a big dog is barking. That somebody's out walking 50 dogs. That's what it's like.
Right.
So we would go towards it 100 yards, and it would still be 100 yards away, right? Or 50 yards away, whatever I said. And then we'd move in again, and it would still be the same distance away. We would get out almost to the parking lot, and they would disappear. There's nothing. Not a sound, not a peep, nothing. As soon as we believe, after about almost a dozen times of being fooled, that we were being mimicked to death, that something was making this happen, this phenomenon, because it wasn't real, just disappear. There's no way a wild pack of dogs, domesticated dogs, first of all, and I'm going to bring up a stat about that in a second, right after I finish, is out there, first of all, or even exists, second of all, or third, is not just going to shut up and stop. It's just not going to happen. Whatever they're on till whenever they're done being on it. And from the time it takes us to walk, it's just not going to happen. So it's very unrealistic in that sense. You know what I mean?
Well, let me interject.
Brian,
you're talking about wild dogs. Okay, where I'm from, we don't have wild dog packs.
Correct.
The coyotes will take them out. They don't live very long. Ranchers put a bullet through their ass. It just doesn't happen where I'm from. But I know that is a thing. I remember reading a book by Tom Brown Jr. about the Pine Barrens up there and how he was stalked by these wild dogs and his encounters with them. But I have no experience to fall on when it comes to differentiating, but I do know farm dogs, and I can tell pretty easily, farm dogs don't howl like that. They don't do that kind of stuff. They just roo, roo, roo. Farm dogs either shut up and they're quiet all night, or they just sit there and they bark all night long. I'm constantly getting them, on my audio, and they're just short barks, and but they don't howl like that. Not really. I mean, not from what I've seen. I guess it depends on the individual. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've listened to a lot of audio and reviewed a lot of audio from my region, and they don't sit around and howl all night.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So Brian, like the reason why I mentioned about the pack of coyotes is that when you approach them, okay, when you start getting closer to them, you can probably hear them just running away from you, scattering into the woods. You can kind of hear them from a distance, yipping, and as it goes further away. But you can, might hear a crash or two, depending on where you are in the woods. But here, when we do approach the area, it's dead silent. So that's why I find it very odd for a pack to act the way they are, and as you get closer, it's just dead silent. You don't hear nothing. And I've been a hunter all my life, and I hear them like late at night, and they'll be like, but still they're reverberating. All right, so here it's like it's just this. It's the vocal stays, and it's a high pitch. I'm not saying I'm a professional in Dogman either, because I'm not. But when you just hear the different vocals of a coyote with the reverberation in their yipping compared to what we heard, because the reason why we were talking, because to our left by the Farley, by the river, we can hear, it sounded like 40 coyotes. It was just so much noise, and it was really loud. But then once that stopped and we just ready to pack it up, hey Tim Vogel, that's when to our left, right by where to the direction of where we're parked, it was just like nuts over there. And when you asked me, was there a valley? No, it's like flatland, and kind of like your adventure. When you and you did that research in Kansas, You know, it's like heavy woodlands but flat. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what's pretty much what our area is, except for we have more forestry, obviously, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's like we have more swamplands and so on and so forth.
Right.
In here, talking about the domesticated wild dogs, so to speak. While truly feral domestic dogs are rare in southeastern Massachusetts, you'll find owned dogs allowed to roam freely. Abandoned dogs are increasingly common coy wolves that can be mistaken for large dogs. So yes, canine-like animals are around, but most aren't truly wild domestic dogs. So to me, that kills that too.
Yeah.
Based on location.
Packs of domestic wild dogs. I think that's a very sketchy solution to the problem.
Yep.
But another great resource. You was talking about hunting coyotes. That was one of my hobbies for about 20 years, and I'm sure that our coyotes behave differently than your Yankee coyotes, but
Northern.
But now there used to be a site. Travel together, not always. It depends on whether it's a male or a lot of times they sound like they're together, but they're from different areas. But yeah, all the pups are usually together. But anyway, no. What I was trying to say is there used to be a company called Fox Pro, and they made audio. They made recorders, call blasting recorders that were remote controlled, and they used to have a website that you could go to, and you could select which you could go through, and there was like over 200 different coyote vocalizations, and you could find any type of coyote vocalization that you could imagine, and you could have your little call blaster programmed with that specific one if it tickled your fancy. And so I used to listen to that a lot whenever I was doing that, but it's been 4 or 5 years since I've been to their website. But it was, to me, it was a great resource at the time, and I wish I could go in there and like download all of them, and have that as a database to fall back on. Probably go check it out. But I've seen, coyote howls that are longer and more flat. It's not super common. Most of the time they're doing their yodel thing where they're going up and down, and it really shows up on the spectrogram like a roller coaster going back and forth. But occasionally you will see the short bursts of flat lines on there. But again, I am not a coyote vocalization expert. Those people exist. I am not one of them.
I mean, Brian, we moved our game camera around several times, and I think the most that we caught on the game camera was probably 3 of them on several occasions. But
there's not a lot.
There's not really a lot, but. One investigation when we were by the Folly, by the river, we did hear a single one, but across the river, it sounded like a pack. It was like really nearby us, and it was pretty interesting. But again, nearby, there are 2 dogs, domesticated dogs. Like, you get sounds like a small one, but a real older one. And there's only 2 of them. And it sounds like there's 4 or 5 of them, and they're like, like it's like just antagonizing these poor dogs. That's why when they try to mimic the dogs, it sounds like they're on a very like weird spectrum, and it's not normal.
Yeah, and you could, if I may interject,
Go ahead.
On that recording, if you listen beyond the howls and all that beforehand, you can actually hear an extra sound in there. I can't. I don't know anybody else, but I hear something else besides a dog in there. And I have always listened for that because in my experiences with Bigfoot in my backyard, all this different stuff through all these years, when I get that coyote sound, I can hear it, just coyotes. I can tell the difference. But every once in a while, I would get this kind of like sound, and it's in the background, like it's off in a distance, so to speak. It's here, and say there are coyotes, but they're here, and it kind of gets the coyotes going. I've actually heard that. And in this recording, for me, if you listen closely, there's an extra sound in there that doesn't have any rhyme, reason, yipping rhythm, nothing. It's just like almost like just a sound, like that almost. And if you listen to it, which we can whenever you're ready, host, I have it ready to go. So you can hear it, and there's extra sounds in here. And we have heard that across the field a few times because there's a house over there with 2 dogs, a big dog and a little dog. We know our area like the back of our hands. So we know the 2 dogs that are way over. And over in the corner, if you are looking this way, the house is, say, where my left hand is and where my right hand is the corner. That where we found that 4 pounds of poop. We found 4 pounds of crap, dude, a pile of 4 pounds.
Score.
Oh, big time. So it was over here like this. So from over here, you will hear a vocal like, ooh, 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 ooh. And then all of a sudden, those 2 dogs just start going, and that's what they do. They're sitting there messing with those dogs to get us to come out. And sometimes that's what I feel what they're doing. They're trying to get us to get out of there.
I'm just going to say, if you just dropped a 4-pound turd, you'd make the same noises. So once you've been there,
he's not wrong, folks.
Maybe that was a victory cry.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna choke. 4 pounds. Yeah, that is a crazy poo. But no, so for me, there's extra sounds in there, and I know we're talking, but you can hear it. I mean, Brian's just complaining.
I can hear it, but again, when everything else is covering up, it's like it's very similar to the one that I sent you from my files. It's like you've got your coyotes, and then you've got, and I'm very hesitant to say this is what I think it is. Yeah, there you go, Tim.
Friggin' Vogel.
Yeah, it was just a couple of years ago. He quit showing us pictures of his turds in the toilet. So.
I was like, flush it down.
It's like, God,
Mr.
No, but no, seriously, like you really, and it's one of those things that you kind of got to have a little bit of experience looking at. And you got to kind of have an open mind. A lot of people, they hear what I would call like the background fodder of the coyotes, and they're just, they're like, yeah, it's just coyotes, whatever. But if you listen close, you can hear, sounds within the sounds, and I think that's what you're talking about. But the problem is I can't go on record and say I think this might be, this. When it's got so much pollution all around it, contaminating it.
Wow. That's where I draw the line. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Pollution.
Yeah. Now we're pollution, us Northerners, us Yankees. Yankee pollution. He's saying.
We've got pollution too.
So what I like about this, this is what I think, right? So even with the talking, even when 4 pounds of poop, even with hair. We have nowhere to bring this stuff to, like you said. There's no experts. There's nowhere to go with this stuff. You're not going to compare it to a dog, man.
The scientists don't want to touch it.
They're not going to touch it. So
and not just the food.
I'm not worried, man. Use your common air and know the territory, know the terrain, know the research zone, and know what the common sounds are. Think like a paranormal investigator. Is there a baseline when you go into that haunted house? Do you take that baseline? Do you shut up and listen? Stuff like that. We're in the middle of investigation. I'm pretty damn sure I got not only a Bigfoot, but also an alien standing in front of me, like 50, 60 yards from me. I'm not worried about anything else except that dude and all this other shit. If it's off in the distance, I'm going to die and get eaten later. So let's worry about what I'm going to die and possibly get eaten from right here or get probed or whatever the case might be, which is fine with me. If they just got to invite me and be nice.
It's all for science.
Yeah, it's all for science. Yeah.
For science.
That alien's going to be a big surprise going, what the hell you got lipstick down there for? I knew you were coming, bro. No, it's so for me, it's just a matter of the common man's air, knowing the wilderness and knowing what you're about to listen to in this video that Brian cleaned up for us because he's a good friend of ours. We love him. He's an awesome investigator. I highly encourage you guys to get over to Red Dirt Cryptids Investigations and like and subscribe. Yeah, research and investigations and science and stuff. Red ginger, red mud. Get over there and check out his stuff, his hard work. He's a hard worker. He's a sharer. He's somebody that we reached out to when we found the huts originally and compared notes with him. He didn't have to do that, and that's what he did, and he's been friends with us ever since.
Oh, speaking of the huts,
did
you watch the one where we went to the Kansas Deadwoods that I just released?
I watched some of it. Why? Did I miss something with huts?
Well, there was a type of structure that I think might have been I wouldn't come out in the video and say it, but I think it might have been an older hut.
I agree, Brian.
You saw that?
I think it was from a year or several years back, but it was huge. Like, I've got video footage of Eric walking inside it.
Wow.
But what it was a whole bunch of trees that were all pushed down over, and I'm talking trees this big around, that were pushed over, and they were all overlapping each other, and then all of the vines had grown up. And I think that they're using that stuff like that for shade in the heat of the summer. I think it's a a nice place to chill out of the sunshine,
Yeah.
Because you're not going to stay warm in something like that, and it ain't going to stop the rain. But
which episode is that?
It's the last one I just put out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The new one you were talking about.
It's actually there's a picture of it in the thumbnail. You can see Eric standing inside it behind me.
And he's like 5'11", right?
I just had this.
He is 5'12", according to him.
5'12".
I'm done.
Now I'll tell you, like seeing that video and watching him just walk underneath, it looked like a cathedral, and that's why I was kind of like, wow, you do have something there. It was very interesting. It seemed like you said, it was like push, and it was almost like a teepee type, of a hut.
It was big.
He had what was the clearance up there? I mean,
if you watch him, he doesn't even bend over to walk in it.
No, he doesn't.
But in the video, we kind of downplay it because unless we have any kind of real evidence, we don't really pump it up. It's what I would call unsubstantiated circumstantial stuff.
Yeah, we have.
Because we don't know that they do that. I mean, for all I know, a bunch of hunters came over there and knocked all that down and made themselves really I mean, technically, a person can go over there with like one of those electric winches and tie off to a tree and pull other trees down, and they can make something like that as some kind of super duper elaborate hunting blind. But the amount of work that would take a human when you could just go in with a damn chainsaw and cut up a bunch of stuff and pile it up and do the same thing. A human isn't going to go to all that trouble.
Especially out in that soil, Brian, because that's pretty soft soil out there.
Yeah, it was good. And the soil alone is one of the primary reasons why we're looking at it as a potential research location, is because I think something like a place like that could produce a lot of prints. So.
Yeah, describe the soil. Like mostly, it was like sand, mud. It seems like more sand because of the
very sandy, but it was also in certain places it's very muddy. And it had in certain areas. Now down by the river, it's all sand, but there was like some clay content mixed in with some of that sand if you get further away from the river.
Yeah.
So it was some of that stuff would be, and it's down southeastern Oklahoma, which is one of our primary locations. It's all like rocks. It's really terrible for finding prints, but we like finding prints just like everybody else does, So
there's so many other ways of evidence and things like that.
True.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, sometimes prints are overrated. I mean, prints are, yeah, sure. Prints is kind of like, prints are kind of like the coup de grace because we don't have anything else to compare to except the prints. We don't have, they talk about the, Ketchum and all that with the DNA and this and that and all the controversy and crap that goes along with all that stuff. But ultimately, unless we walk up to one and swab his mouth, it's all speculation.
Right.
That's what it is. It's an unknown. So you have to look for circumstantial evidence. I mean, how many people have been convicted and spent a life in jail for circumstantial evidence? I feel I have enough circumstantial evidence right here in this case next to me to prove that there's a Bigfoot in the Bridgewater Triangle of Massachusetts. That's just the way I feel. The activity, the communication we have with them is unbelievable. It's back and forth. It's gifting. Sometimes you see things and you go, that was on purpose, son of a bitch, like the spine hanging in the tree. That was on purpose. The structure they built to match the structure where we're at now to say, hey, look for this, stupid. That's communication. We have communication with these guys. We have recordings of these guys sitting around the chair making all kinds of crazy noise, which afterwards I'll play for you if you want before you go. A little bit of it, a few minutes. But
animals.
Well, we know that they can mimic, and when you hear the range on this recording, you'll know that they can mimic anything and do anything. They probably could sing Celine Dion if they wanted to. And once you hear this recording, it's mind blowing what they can do. And yeah, I don't know. It's just there's so many other things that you can compare things to. Just oddities. If you have an oddity a mile out in the woods and you know there's no human activity there, and there's something placed in a tree up here, or what we had a mushroom gifted to us last week, and where it was gifted is where I hung a necklace. I call it the world's best knocking tree, and the mushroom is laid right over the knot, just laying there, almost 6 feet off the ground, complete with its dirt and everything from the ground that it came from. It wasn't there in the last live. You can see that for yourself. I mean, if that isn't something, I don't know what to tell you. Stuff like
Context,
that.
Rich, is very important too.
Context is everything. So. But yeah, if I may, what I wanted to do, I can't do that here because of that shit. Let me, so I'd have to go over on this one. You dirty rotten. All right. Well, pause that. Do you want me to play that video of him onesie cleaned up while
Absolutely.
I look for that? Because I have two different, I have Edge going and I have Chrome going, and I got to move over what I want to do to the one we're using. So,
Technology's a friend.
What's this say? Oh, what's up, Tubin? Oh, shit. Whoa. Who did that?
That looks familiar.
Hey, Tubin, great to see you on here.
How did that get in? I didn't even have that folder open. Okay, anyways.
Headsets, guys.
That's a coyote.
Coyote, yep.
And that's a flat vocalization.
Yep.
What's that right there?
Right there.
Is that Brian's?
That's mine.
Brian, this is yours, right?
Right. See all that yipping? That's just coyotes in the back.
Right, but there's that loud, but you can hear it grasp.
Oh,
It's graspy. And that's mind blowing. Now, this is Brian's. I'm sorry. I don't know why it popped up into the studio like that. I really don't. But Brian cleaned up ours, and I'm going to play it right after this.
That one's maybe cleaned up.
You didn't clean it up?
No, what you've got there is a video clip that I just made very quickly.
Of ours?
No, of ours back in the day when I first got it. I just made a little. So I used my cell phone and I made a video clip of it and turned around and sent it to the other guys.
Okay, so you sent this right here to Wojo too?
No, I sent it to Sam. That's a coyote too. That's nice flat.
The background though.
Yeah, and that's a little farther away.
Yeah, but I can hear in the background. You can hear it stronger. Okay, so the video that looks that color, you didn't send anything you cleaned up of ours. You're saying?
No, I did. I sent it to one of you guys.
He did. I sent it on your messenger.
All right, that's what I'm asking. God fucking,
No.
fucking, fuck, shitty fucking bullshit, fucking.
Technology is your friend.
Oh, all right. So is it? This is it.
I think that's it.
Is that ours with a comparison to yours?
Yeah.
So which one is ours? Do you remember up top?
That one's that's both.
That's just one.
That's in stereo. There's a left and a right there.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to understand what you're doing.
Oh,
Everybody know.
Guys. Yeah.
All right. I want everybody to know what we're doing here. All right, guys, get your headphones on, get yourselves ready to go. I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna jump back to the actual recording of us idiots in the woods talking over evidence that Brian hates so much. All right?
I cut out a lot of your vocals in this one.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Rude.
Yankee.
What is that, dude? It's like there's a guy in the middle of a coyote.
Yeah, see, I can't hear the.
Here?
Listen to that. Did you hear that? Oh. See, to me right there, that's not a coyote. I think that's way too deep to be a coyote. I think
I wonder myself. Yeah.
I think that for me,
Very guttural.
It has a bigger set of lungs. So, a coyote lung stays here. This thing is like this. And that's just me. And I'm just, and trust me, if it wasn't nothing, we wouldn't even be having this discussion, but it was something that stood out to us. And, guys that have been in the woods on a regular basis, weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
It goes on.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just like talking. I don't know if you noticed. Can you be quiet so I can play this, please? Yeah.
That guy.
I think it's time to go.
Was that a tree knock?
I don't know what that was. I'm going to play it again.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hang on.
This is fucking nuts. I think it's time to go.
Oh, it might have been. Was that a dog park?
That's over there.
Was that a?
I think that might have been a tree knock at the very end.
Let me listen to it.
This is fucking nuts. I think it's time to go. That's over there.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I think the percussive at the very end is very interesting. And
I'm sorry to cut you off. You don't feel that would be a single dog bark? Like a home, bang, something like that.
Well, put your cursor on what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know if you can see it.
I can see your cursor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh no, maybe that's my cursor. Oh, it's my
What's
the cursor?
This in, Jim. This is the guy we have cleaning up our audio. Back to you, Bob.
There's a cursor on my screen, damn it.
All right, hang on. I got it set. I'm going to put it at a minute. That gives us like 26 seconds. I think
there is a straight line that goes all the way, up
up
at
and
the very
down.
end of that.
Yeah.
And
that's
a percussive. That's some kind of knock. Not there.
This is fucking nuts. I think it's time to go.
It's right about here.
Oh shit. I got to tell you, man. Regardless, whether it's even a single bark or a tree being struck, none of that to me is coyote. Okay, from all the times I've been or coy wolf, what I hear there is so many hooks, drops, and it goes up. It's so like long. It's the length. It's not necessarily how high it goes, even. It's how long it goes. And I know coyotes can go long, but the longer they go, the higher they go. As far as like, they're not like, they don't have that graspy guttural stuff, deeper.
If I could control your mouse, I would draw your attention. If you go all the way to the left-hand side of the screen, you will see that there is a signature right there that intersects right around the 650 hertz range right there.
Okay. And it's
okay. That to me, that is a possible target species.
Okay.
Now you get up higher than that. You've got vocalizations that are higher than that.
Right.
Closer to the 1,000 range and stuff like that. I think that's coyotes.
Okay. So you're going tone. And I'm going strength.
See the numbers over at the side. That is your hertz range.
Yep. No, I got you.
And so you're looking for something down lower.
All right.
Is what you're really looking for. And if you look over here, even where you're at now, those coyote vocalizations that are in the distance, they're up there higher. They're up there a little bit higher than that. So. You got to show, you got to kind of pay attention to where they come in at and take all things into consideration.
Well, yeah, and know what you're looking for. You're looking for the sound itself, and again, I'm kind of stuck on the length of it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, a human can generate a 20-second vocalization, and coyotes can make long ones too. I mean, it depends on what they're trying to say.
Do they generally stay the same range though with pitch, like hertz wise? Do they stay, or do they kind of go? Ooh?
They're usually up a little bit higher than this. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, especially the one that's somewhere right around there, around 550 or 650.
Yeah, gotcha. So that would be
that's a definite possibility of being something different.
Okay, let me just.
May I ask this, Brian? Is that this is through my phone now? Okay, when you hear something that loud, and that how far do you think that they would be from where we are with this phone?
Oh, there's no there. I don't know. I couldn't even guess. I
was just trying to get a range. That's why
I would speculate that the distant coyotes are at least 500 or 1,000 yards out further than whatever that is that's loud and up close.
Yeah. I think that was whatever that loud one, that flat. So the hertz where's Benno? So we're walking around the 650 range. You can see right now to the right of the screen, guys, there's a thick pink line, kind of has a hook. It kind of goes like this. It there's like a little anomaly underneath it, but it's that thick line. When you see those straight up and down lines is what we're talking as far as coyotes go. But when you see that range there, that's what we want to watch for. That's that extra sound, I believe.
The straight up and down lines that are kind of skinny, that's you guys talking.
Yeah, that's Wojo mainly.
Right.
But it's similar to coyote, because I can't see a lot of the coyote on here. You know, it's hard.
Yeah, you kind of got to know what you're looking at.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to.
And the ones in the background, the ones that are further away, they get kind of blurry.
Yeah.
But the ones, if you look, there are some closer coyotes that follow right behind that one, and they are higher on the scale.
Yeah.
Especially like the one at the very end that's kind of up high, that's right after the progressive.
Yeah.
That is definitely a coyote at the very end, and it's up higher.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've never had, being in the woods, I've had coyotes do quick, short howls. But I've never had them just go on and on like that. You know, I mean, it was wild, man. It was something to behold. But I just want to try to hit that range area. When you see the line coming up, Brian, if you could just say, you know, coming up now or something like that, or right there, so everybody knows what we're listening for. Because I'm going to press play. I got up close to it. I'm about 31 seconds in. It's 1:26.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Now there's coyotes yipping in the background there.
Yep.
And then there's some talking. And right about now.
Yeah. So that's the one we react to, you know, because we're normal humans. But so that's the ones we react to, and you can hear it hooks down.
Yep. That's
Can you stop it right there for one quick sec? Now, Brian, when you start, as it keeps going though, it seems like they're all playing a different role. You can hear one, rah 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 rah, rah 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 rah. It's like that's their job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you play it, you'll pick it out.
If you go into that Fox Pro website that I was telling you about, they have got like I said, over 200 different types of coyote vocalizations where they're actually, it's like they're saying something different. And they actually have them named after what their interpretation of that vocalization is.
Interesting.
They'll call it like a male coyote challenge bark,
right,
or a female yodel call, or something like that. And they've literally attempted to try to understand what they're actually trying to communicate or what role that particular vocalization gets into. I would recommend everybody that's interested in this stuff to spend some time checking that out. It's been a couple of years since I've been there. You might have to create an account with them to be able to get in there.
Yeah.
I doubt that you'll have to. You could pretend that you're going to buy a Fox Pro recorder and like you're ordering it online, and then you could just go through there and just, you know, don't ever finalize the sale. Right. You can get access to all that stuff, but you're not going to see you're just going to be able to hear them audibly. You're not going to be able to see them on spectrogram and spectrograph. And but yeah, that is an interesting vocal. I can't say that is a Dogman.
No, but compared to the area that we're in, and with the information I just gave,
yeah,
you know,
it's definitely interesting. And and if I was you, I would save that vocalization for reference in the future.
Yep.
And to be honest, I have heard vocalizations on the internet. If you go to YouTube, there is some Dogman vocalizations, and you know, I can't, you know, give you permission to put them on your show or anything. They don't belong to me. But
right.
I guess it's technically it's legal to do stuff like that if you're just commenting on it and you're making commentary. But there are Dogman vocalizations out there that are very similar to that. And they actually, and I think if I did the work, I could probably, you know, put it on a spectrograph, clean it up, and it would probably look very similar to that. Now, I'm not sure where at on the scale it would come in at.
Right.
And to be honest with you, that's probably some work that I should do. I should probably, you know, bootleg some of those Dogman audios off, take the video portion out, and then drop it into Audacity just for my own personal reference.
Yeah.
To be able to see that. But all that stuff takes time, of course.
Oh yeah, it's time and knowledge, and it's yeah, you got to fiddle with things like that. And Mooncat, yes, I believe there were. Wojo could probably tell you better too, as far as them. We were kind of surrounded. We felt there was some here and some back here. So there's some back by the old gifting chair, and there was some out by the parking lot. And when you go up by the parking lot, you take a left to the dirt road. You know, basically at the dirt road. And then across the street is all posted private property that we are dying to get airdropped into.
Look at over here at the very far right-hand screen. You've got your two suspect vocals there.
Yeah, I'm going to play them again. Yeah.
If you look at the first one, look at how crisp it is compared to the second one.
Right.
Those are two different animals.
Nice point. I like that.
You notice how the other one's kind of fuzzier?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
away.
say it's probably a little further away.
Yes.
Probably has more foliage or something in between you and it.
Yeah, foliage is what he's meaning.
Not a whole lot, you know.
Oklahoma people.
He's taking like the leaves and using them like Adam and Eve and
Yeah. Did you hear my original? Did you hear my original Jason Momoa with a fig leaf in the middle of the dogs yelling? That was a stupid visual I have with an alien, a Bigfoot, and a bunch of dogmen around me. Well,
if it was going to happen to anybody, it would be you.
Well said, sir. Well said. All right, let me play this. Can I play?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And watch the line on the screen. Coming up again.
You see how they're higher up? There's some vocals higher up.
Yeah.
Now, I believe those are definitely coyote.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Definitely. But watch these flat ones where it's all blurry down bottom. Watch.
I think it's time to go.
Here's a coyote.
That's over there.
Right, because you can see the up top. Well, I think that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I wish there was a little bit more to work with, and
to
be honest with you, you guys should probably get yourself a designated audio recorder. And what I would do personally is I would set an audio recorder up and then walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That way, that if there's any kind of crazy vocals like that, you guys as talking and reacting to it will probably be a lot less intrusive into the recorder, because it doesn't cost you anything to just set out an audio recorder and just burn, micro SD on it. I mean, it's.
Oh, I know.
So, and then you've got it and just walk away from it and then pick it up on your way out. So.
Yep. Nope, I agree. Yeah. I agree. And we have different ways and different methods, and we have left recorders. And again, I'll let you hear a little bit of that as we're going. Wojo, can I just pull up something else just because of, time restraint and all that? But let me just pull something up. I wanted to pull up because we've had, remember that weird print we had? We haven't really seen his suspected prints, I'm going to call them.
Yes, please.
Good Lord. What is going on there?
That is supposedly a Dogman print that was taken north of Stinchcombe Lake, or not Stinchcombe Wildlife Management area, just outside of Oklahoma City. Now, I have never been able to find the actual taker of this photo and who that person is. It's just like rumors going around. Now, if you look at it though, it actually, if you really sit it down and you look at it, you tweak it, you mess with the contrast, There is a couple of coyote prints that are inside that print. And I've had people say, "Oh, that's a rabbit, or it's this, or it's that."
Try something.
I don't know that this is actually a Dogman print. Is where I'm going with this, but I think it's of interest, and it is. Dogman prints are so few and far between that I think you can't, throw it out. You have to hang on to it, you kind of got to hang on to it to compare for future reference. Is what I'm saying, because there's a lot of prints out there circulating on the internet that look a lot like that people claim are Dogman prints.
It's just the padding of the heel and the padding, the pad to the right of it. That's kind of got me like a little suspect.
The more you zoom in on it, the worse your pixels get.
Yeah, no, I haven't cropped any of these or anything. It's just that they're here, and I have a new setup with my camera. I can just swing it now, and it's easier for me to use, so it gets my attention quicker. So I haven't cropped anything, but you could see generally like the size or the weird shape of it. What do you mean by suspect, Wojo?
I'm just saying, like it's just the heels just seem so far to the left.
Yeah, but we don't know what they have.
I mean, I know, but I just think like balance,
Well, the general synopsis is that part at the very end is part of their back leg, and kind of like a dew claw type thing that whenever they, like if they kind of squat down or stand upright a little bit more or something, it makes contact with the ground. And I've got some juvenile prints that I also sent you that actually demonstrate something similar to that too, but it's in dirt. So.
Oh yeah,
it's got depth. I mean, just looking at it from here.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of questions about these photos, and I would love to find the original person, and I would love to find there is a couple of other pictures. There's like 2 other pictures that go along with this, but they leave you wanting for more information. And for God's sakes, people, if you ever run across something like this, take video, lots and lots of video, and video the whole trackway. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to zoom out on that one.
Yeah, I can probably do this.
That was down in southeastern Oklahoma.
It's not gonna let me do much because I haven't cropped them. Again, I just took what you had, and
that's that's a very weird anomaly. It was in sand, and it was down by a riverbank, and it was what they call like a humanoid looking footprint, but it had claws, which are kind of cut off there. You can't really see it because they're at the top of the screen.
See what I can do.
But I didn't even notice this. But if you look in the middle of that, right in the middle of the screen, there is a canine print that is right in the middle of it that stepped on top of this track.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And I did not notice this, but that, and Jody Cook of the North American Dogman Project, there you go. He actually pointed out to me that is a 3-toed dog print. And if you zoom in on it, you can kind of see it, but you can see the claws of the large print, which it's terrible quality. But it makes you wonder, what could leave a print like that, and the claws. But the one on the inside, the smaller one, it's weird because, canines have, the main pad and then four toes.
Yeah.
On the front. That one's got 3.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I'm with you, first kind. I'm a little bit I'm getting used to the woods like that, but the Dogman has always kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Well, you're probably smart.
Yeah, to be quite honest with you. Let me see if there's another print.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Wojo. I don't know.
You don't say, Wojo.
It just looks like another print on the pinky with the top.
Yeah.
The piggy toe. You see that circle?
It's weird.
I got it zoomed in. It is weird.
Yeah, it is very weird. All right, let's do.
This is another suspect one, and It was alone. There was no others.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Are we doing? They talk a lot about Sasquatch and slipwalkers and all that stuff. And are we going to deal with this with Dogman as well? The more and more popular he gets,
I don't know.
Me too. And what do you got here? Looks like what do you got here? Oh wow, look at that. That looks great, don't it, guys?
Yeah, that's some hair samples that were sent to me that for all intensive purposes, they look like wolf hair.
Really?
We don't have wolves in Oklahoma. And it's the hair is actually, some of the hairs in there were up to 7 inches long. And if you look in, if you look on the internet or whatever, wolf hair does not get over 5 inches long. So this hair is very coarse, very thick, and it reeked. As a matter of fact, it's back here, and from time to time, when the heater's been on in my office, I can sometimes still smell it.
Yeah,
I'll get like a waft of it. I reached out to Jody Cook of the North American Dogman Project, and there's a couple of other people. Rob Prevost of the Monstrous podcast, he has a Dogman hair sample, and his all three of our samples, meet that two-tone color where it's black on the tips, but then about halfway down the hair, it gets lighter and it turns into that blonde color a little bit, and they're very coarse, they're very thick. That's what you call a guard hair. And but it's canine. So how do you what's the gold standard for telling the difference between Dogman hair and wolf hair, other than maybe it's a little thicker around and a little bit longer? How do you tell? I nobody knows. There was a guy recently, when you're talking about hair, that was on Dogman Encounters Radio with Vic Cundiff, and he was talking about how when he'd hit a Dogman with his Mustang, and it left a bunch of hair in the grill of his car. And I actually got in touch with that guy and was talking to him, and I'm still waiting on him to respond. I probably need to rattle his cage a little bit, but his visual description of the hair that he got matches this.
Interesting.
So, well, if you look at the strands in the upper right hand corner and you compare that to the rule of the lines, it's almost like fishing wire. It's the thing.
Oh, it felt like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. It's a very interesting hair sample. Let's just put it that way. And
sure is.
I spent many hours researching online and trying to find something else that it could be.
Right.
So right now it's in my collection. I've photographed it microscopically. I've taken hair casts so that we can, photograph the cuticle. I've measured the outside diameter of it all. I've got everything documented, and we're ready for more samples to come in so that we can compare them.
So, Brian, have you shined a light on them to see if the hair shines at all? If it gets shiny?
No, but I did expose it to EMF. Somebody was, I have an electronics lab at my disposal, so I wired up a big electromagnet over there and powered it up. And I actually, because I've been told that, that I heard a crazy story that when they're exposed to like energy sources and stuff, it can cause the hair to turn invisible. Well, that was not the case with my hair sample.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was some of the subject I've heard about Sasquatch as well.
Yeah, and you hear all these crazy stories, and but when you have an electronics lab like I do,
Yeah.
It's kind of a mandate that you need to look into that. So
now here, what do we got? Looks a little picture.
that is a supposedly a picture of a Dogman that it came from southwestern Oklahoma, and as a matter of fact, it came from what they call the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge.
Okay.
And the person that took the story is, and of course, haven't been able to talk to this individual, but the story that's running around the campfire about this photo is that it was taken by a guy that was totally not into cryptids at all.
Okay.
And he was out there hiking, and he was kind of treasure hunting. That's a big thing down in the Wichita Mountains. There's all kinds of stories of buried outlaw gold and stuff like that down there in that area. And a lot of people go down there and they look for this kind of stuff in the caves and stuff. But this thing was following him out. And he thought that it was like a Bigfoot or something. And he called a friend of his that, which I have no idea who this friend of his was, that was supposedly into Bigfoot research. And he called him on his cell phone. He's like, dude, I think there's a Bigfoot following me out. And he's like, well, hang up the damn phone and take some pictures of it, And he was like, oh, so I guess he did. And he snapped that photo. So, and don't ask me why. I don't know why it wasn't a video. I don't know if there was any others. This is just the story.
Even the pixelation around it is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a bad camera type picture. It's more like, and not a zoomed in type picture. Like it almost looks like energy. And I wonder, because a lot of the stuff we get, everybody cries about the blurry pictures with Bigfoot. And I'm like, dude, you guys don't even understand. You're dealing with a different frequency altogether. And that's what I truly feel. You know what I mean? And why you can almost feel them when they're around you anyways,
Yeah.
I mean, at least I can anyways, being out in the woods. I don't knock that. I don't chalk that up to experience. But even when I was raw, I knew, when we all have that fight or flight.
You can feel it like right in here.
Yeah. My chest gets wicked tight. So, but I just think there's an energy that comes with these types of cryptids and creatures, or whatever you want to deem them.
There's some kind of unknown phenomenon that we're not aware of.
Yeah, I agree, man. I totally agree.
Especially to the lower left, Brian. It kind of looks like,
I don't know what's going on over there.
Possibly, whatever it is, it's smaller, but it's set back. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think that's just incredible stuff. And I appreciate all bringing all the pictures in, and the doing the audio. That's insane. It does look like a big wolf, right, Sunfry? Right? I mean, you just look at, and I'm looking around trying to see, and it looks like it might be looking away, but then again, I look at it and it looks like there's eyes looking at me, and then on the right hand side of it, it looks like a shine of a claw.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and I've spent a lot of time zooming in and out on that, and I do think that it is looking at you. You can see eyes, a brow, and you can see what looks like the eye socket there, and
like a different coloration, like a German Shepherd, right? You get the different. It almost looks
either
like
that or the sun's reflecting off of a high point on the hair or something.
It looks like there's some kind of a branch or a laurel kind of in the middle, right to the right of its snout, which would be his left. Yeah. And then it kind of bends around the snout and comes back up to the middle of the forehead.
Mm-hmm. And then there's multiple twigs and stuff in between the suspect creature, and but yeah, it's
is it my new toy fun?
It's of interest, yeah.
My new toy's fun.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's that stick in the middle, and it just branches off left to right. So
I think he's looking right at him.
And you get, yeah. I mean, the ears, the tips, kind of like is really like giving it away to me. I mean, it's
well, no, right. No, definitely, and you can almost see the extra piece of hair that sticks up off of some canines, right? Or a bobcat, where you have that little extra tuft that hangs off the ear, and then at first I was like, oh, it's a shadow of a back of a Dogman, say, right? But then I kept looking at those two little claws. They look like claws, man.
Like this photo is at least 10 years old.
Yeah, you can't. Some things you can't fake. That extra, that you know what I mean. That extra touch, you know, that extra over the limit type detail. You know, not a lot of people are going to go, oh, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these claws shine right here, you know, and then get it right on top of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that right there, man. That is crazy.
And I have no answers for anybody on this. Like I said, this is another one that comes out of Oklahoma. You know, make of it what you will. Right now, we're just we're trying to amass data, amass photos.
That's what we're doing. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? And now I'm thinking about it. When someone says shoulders, it looks like shoulders, Benno. It's almost like it's spinning around to look back, like his arms swung. You know what I mean? It like his arm.
Might be right. Yeah. I never really thought about that. I always thought it was just looking directly
like his back's turned and maybe doesn't want to show its snout. I mean, maybe it's too much of a giveaway. Who knows?
Real quick here because we're over, but I don't care.
Tough
so it almost is like. Let me try to see if I can. I don't know if I can see me. I'm really big right now. I'm zoomed in. So it's like I'm zoomed in. It's kind of like
he's doing that, you know, but it's this way. You know what I mean? Like
maybe,
right? Yeah. Like he's throwing his shoulder forward.
Yeah,
like at a 45-degree angle, but his face is looking right at you.
Yeah, because it almost looks like there could be a tail to the left and then the leg out front to the right. If you follow the shadow down of it, you get this long, like tuft of darkness, and then you have one to the right. And now that ain't a leg because that's too far out. You know what I mean? But the one in the front will look proportionate to taking a step or whatever the case.
And it looks like his what would looking at his right side, not his right side, but it would be like his left.
Yeah, his left. Yeah,
there's some foliage there that's interfering.
Yeah,
we'll see that.
I love it. And I think that's a great piece for your data because you know that's what Wojo and I have always preached, that we're collecting data on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of ours, Matt Moniz, who's a scientist, and he said it best, and I've repeated it a few times on this show. I'm actually going to swing this around for a minute. And he says it, you know, that's basically what science is sometimes. When they can't find answers, you know, what do? They collect data, and then that turns into science.
Right.
You know? So, you know, I think that's a great look at my vote.
We're at a point in the Dogman community where beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm going to go back the other way. No, you're right. And it's like, so everybody knows I put a TV bracket on my camera. I don't have a tripod anymore, so I can just swing it and then swing it back and sit down, and it's a lot quicker than worrying about setting up. So I'm awfully big. Jeepers, nobody told me this. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't think this is right. I look like a giant thing. All right, let's see if that's
scrolling out. You're getting skinnier by the minute.
By the minute, yeah. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling, man. No, I think it's awesome stuff, man. Wow, great show, Wojo. Good job.
Yeah, it's like really, like I said, just keep collecting that data, Brian, and that's what we're doing, and all we can do is just keep sharing out. And yeah, we're not the experts, but you know what though, we're trying to provide critical thinkers here to try to piece together what we're looking at, what we take, follow the context of everything, and that's where it goes. Into the mystery.
It's a mystery, it is.
The mystery is the mystery. Well, it's 8:28. Looks like it's time to wrap it up, but I want to thank you, Brian, for being on here. You kind of blew away the audience. They were like very in tune on your pictures and in the audio, and I really appreciate you being on here. And Richie, great job on the producing.
I try, sir. Thank you.
I know.
He's not just another pretty face.
No, well, it says that right there that I'm Eye Candy co-host. So yeah, see right underneath my name, Banter, Eye Candy co-host. Yeah.
I know. Why does Brian says Ginger Dirt Cryptids?
Because you just made a name for him.
Red gin. Look at my background. It's like,
oh, that's a party over there.
I know. I'm just waiting for the big ball to just drop down.
Yeah, I want in on
disco
that.
ball.
Disco ball.
I totally just did this just for you guys to help your algorithm,
Yeah. Yeah, big help. Thanks, bro. That is awesome.
All right, well,
the woo crowd. So
yeah, a lot of the woo going on tonight. Yeah, make sure you guys definitely get over to Red Dirt and sign up and follow our dude.
Yeah, definitely check over to Brian's website and show your support. And I'm sure he's gonna have more interesting adventures. What's your next adventure now, Brian?
Well, right now we just finished filming for our Dogman documentary that we're currently working on. We don't even have a trailer out yet, but it's basically in production, and hopefully we will have that out prior to this summer, and it's going to be our next one. But it's just about Dogman research, and there was some stuff that we found, some evidence that like we actually found a track that I'm not releasing that stuff yet, but and it's not the best track in the world, but we actually were doing our best to bring some real stuff to the table instead of just scary fictional stories like you get with most of these Dogman shows and stuff, because
it sells.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It is really tough because a lot of people are very hesitant to bring forth Dogman evidence because they're the ridicule factor is still there. The whole Bigfoot world for a long time. People have been bringing forth Bigfoot evidence, and and the stigma is slowly going away. Sam, you're forgiven.
She's working hard over here.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
It's on the ground, baby.
Now don't judge me by that website. That website is like 8 years old, I think.
Oh yeah.
I have not touched the website in long time. You want to
really
past? Oh yeah.
I just checked the website. We wouldn't believe what I found.
That is a real cryptid that's pretty frequent in Oklahoma. It's called a methican, and so
that's the one that made the structure, bro.
Yeah,
we found him. That's badass. Yeah. Well, let's listen to this recording I got in backstage here. So I can't wait for you to hear it.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you all for being on here. Thank you, Sam, for helping us out, bringing up the stuff. And by the way, check out Sam's Pretty Paranormal podcast on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sure she's going to have a kick-ass show. And again, thank you for Richie B. And don't forget, Saturday night, what we're going to have on Saturday night, Rich, on Banter with Richie B podcast.
Oh, probably just me and a couple of Mexicans.
You gotta stick with what works, man.
Obviously, dude. I'm not stupid. No worry. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm in no rush. It was a short week. My head's spinning. Let's just my body still hurts from yesterday. We got a lot of stuff to go over. We've been doing a lot of shows about our stuff because our stuff is coming in like fire, man. It just keeps coming. Boom, 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 boom. So we'll probably do it in-house, man. But go ahead.
All right. Well, everyone, hey, don't be lazy. Serve the Lord enthusiastically. Do something good out in your community. Do something good for yourselves. Richie, why don't you get us out of here? Because that's what you do.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I do, man. Tomorrow night, 8 to 9. Do not forget the Phantom Navigator with Amanda Lombardo right here on the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network. Do not miss it. We have a full slate and a bunch of great people, and you guys are great on the side. Thank you, everybody on the side. Thank you for donating, Benno. Appreciate all you guys. Brian, man, you're my brother. Much love for you. You're an absolute kick-ass researcher and not a gatekeeper, and I love that. I want to say I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. We see you, Ella, and I want everybody to keep climbing. Right, Wojo?
That's right. Hey, remember, we still are home of the boom. Get
Let's
those
go.
arms up, Brian. Boom! Let's go.
He did a little flex. We'll give him that.
Yeah, we'll
Flex.
give him that.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Peace.